These issues and updates. I am Teresa Faulkner, your host. I am also Consumer and Community Outreach Coordinator at Abilities in Motion. Our offices are closed. However, we are located at 210 North 5th Street, Reading, Pennsylvania. Our zip code is 19601. If you're interested or you need to contact us, our telephone number is 610-376-0010. If you'd like to speak to me, my direct extension is 108. Please keep your suggestions coming for programming. Today we have a power-packed show. Our topic is employment services. Our guests are Barbara Goodson, who is a consumer of employment services, Michelle Leguizamon, who is our employment specialist, Pam Pergansky, who is with the interpreter service, Burks and Deaf Hard of Hearing. And we also have an observer on, Brittany Wagner, who is going to be observing the signage this morning. Good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing today?
Good
morning.
Good morning. So good to have you all. So good to have you on our show today. Today, we are going to be talking about employment services. There is this terrible rumor out there that persons with disabilities cannot work. They just have to receive their Social Security benefits, and that's all that's necessary for them to live from day to day. But that's not true. Persons with disabilities can work, and Barbara is going to tell us a little bit about herself and what she enjoys doing. Go ahead, Barbara.
Okay. Thank you, Teresa, for this opportunity to speak to your viewers this morning. My name is Barbara Goodson, and I live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I love working. I am a pastor wife. I am disabled, have a disability, and I am a crafter. So I like to make things.
Wonderful. So, Barbara, just based on that introduction, it seems as though you took something that you loved and turned it into a job.
Yes. Yeah.
And how does it feel? How do you feel about working and being independent and doing things the way that you want to do things, being self-employed? Is that correct?
Yes, self-employed.
Wonderful.
Self-employed. I enjoy it. I enjoy it because I've always been a worker. As a child, my mother started me out in the market packing bags and grew up and always had to have a job growing up, even after high school. So to be able to work with a disability, it makes you feel good because it was a time where I wasn't able to physically work, and you get down and depressed, and self-esteem falls down. So a lot of things contribute to your disability. So to be able to get a job, to be able to create something, it makes you feel really good.
Wonderful, wonderful. And I like how you put it when you said that when you're not working, you can deal with depression. You can deal with low self-esteem because I guess you just don't feel relevant. But one of the things was something about being independent, something about giving back, something about earning money.
Yes.
Is good for all people. Don't
Yes.
you think so?
Yes.
Wonderful. We're going to take a little break from talking to you, Barbara, and I'm going to talk to Michelle Leguizamon, who is the employment specialist. She's going to talk about, there's a program out there called Ticket to Work, and there's also a program called Grow. So I'm going to ask Michelle, what is Ticket to Work and what is Grow?
All right. Thank you for inviting me here to share information about Ticket to Work. I also want to tell Barbara that I'm really proud of her and her progress. She's been doing really, really good. And with technology, it's been great. So yes, we have Ticket to Work and we have Grow at Abilities in Motion. Barbara is part of the Ticket to Work program. So she's doing really great on that program. The Ticket to Work program is a program that was created by Social Security, and the goal of the program is to help people to get back to work with like safety, because sometimes we go to work and we don't know how our benefits can be affected. And Grow is kind of the same, but the growth program was created by AIM, by one of the employees at AIM, at Abilities in Motion. Her name is Safio. So the program is kind of similar to Ticket to Work. We help people to get back to work in a safety way. And we just do our best to help people and educate them in how their benefits can be affected. And we also help them with resume, job search, interview skills, and just prepare them to get back to work.
I think it would be a very good point, because I'm sure our viewers are thinking, I want to go back to work, but my benefits are going to be affected. Do you have something called like benefits counseling, where persons can understand what's going to happen to their benefits while they're working?
Yeah, that's one of our main, for me, one of the most important benefit service that we offer the consumer. I'm one of the counselor of benefits counseling. I'm certified to work with people and work with their benefits and see how the benefits can be affected. Grow is the same. We work with a person and see how their benefits can be affected. And it's either SSDI or SSI. We work with both benefit, and we can let that person know when and how the benefits can be affected due to work or income, because SSI is based on income. So any income that comes, SSI will be affected.
Let's do some fact checking. Barbara, let's come back to you. Did you have questions concerning your benefits and so forth once you were thinking about going back to work?
Yes, I did. I had some major concerns about my benefits being discontinued. If I go back to work, I won't be bringing in enough money, being at the salary cap of jobs that I was qualified for wasn't paying what I was used to. So Michelle really, I'm telling you, I thank God for Michelle. She really broke things down where I was able to understand. She didn't talk over my head. She talked directly to me, and when I didn't understand, she really put it in a way that I was able to understand the concept of your SSI or SDI benefits.
In this time that we're living in, fact checking is so important. So it's so wonderful, Barbara, for you to confirm that when you had questions concerning your benefits, Michelle was able to help you with the benefits counseling. Yeah. Very important part, don't you think?
Yes, it is.
Let's go back to Michelle. Michelle, you talked about, you kind of highlighted, but who is actually qualified? Who is qualified for the Ticket to Work /Grow?
Okay. Well, for Ticket to Work, to be a candidate for the program, you have to be between 18 to 64 years old. You have to be receiving benefits, Social Security benefits, either SSDI or SSI. And if you are currently in a medical review and you found, and Social Security found yourself medical improved, then you will not be receiving the Ticket to Work services. Mm-hmm. Because if you are medical improved, then you're no longer eligible for Ticket to Work. Mm-hmm. For Grow, it's a little bit different. You don't have to, you have to be between the ages of 18 to 64, but, and you have to have a disability, but you do not have to be receiving the Social Security benefits. Like the only requirement is for you to have a disability to be part of that growth program. And going back to Ticket to Work, also one of the requirements of that program is that that person has to be willing in the near future to be independent from Social Security. And we work with the person really hard to help them to find a job that they can sustain themselves without the financial help of Social Security. So that's one of the main requirement of the program of Ticket to Work. Grow, it's not like to be a part of Grow, you don't need to find a job to sustain yourself financially. You can just find a part-time job and just work with that staff to keep improving yourself. And if you decide to be independent from Social Security, then you can come to Ticket to Work and I can help you with that.
Being a recipient of Ticket to Work, I just remember that I was out of work for 5 years. And it was I knew that I wanted to work, but I knew that times had changed, technology was there, all of that. Barbara, did you feel the same way? I was overwhelmed with the process of going back to work. What about you?
Oh, I was overwhelmed. I was scared. I was fearful. I was petrified. But when I had the opportunity to meet Michelle made it very comfortable. We met in the free library. And I was afraid and intimidated by computers because when I was working and when I left the job, they were just really starting to get in computers. So I didn't have that knowledge and I had a computer, but I was fearful because I messed up a couple times. But Michelle took me met me at the free library and she patiently worked with me and she taught me how to put a resume. I didn't know how to put a resume on Indeed.com or any of the agencies, that you have to download your resume. So Michelle taught me that. She inspired me too. I ended up getting a free library card. I haven't had a library card in years. And, I was able to take books out and look more into wanting to do business. She really helped me find a job. And I guess we'll talk about that later, but I found a job. But Michelle really helped me.
All right, let's talk about, you did find a job. Let's talk about that now.
Okay, I found a job. I was working in the florist. I won't say the name, but I was working in the florist. And I had a great experience, but then it was hard because I haven't worked over in like 8 to 10 years. So to be acclimated back into a workforce, the personalities, the different rules, the language that was used, I wasn't used to that environment anymore. And to me, it became a hostile environment because their language wasn't professional. It was unprofessional language and I'm not used to that. And then the duties that was told to me during an interview, it was more than I can handle. The lifting, the pulling, the pushing, and it was just too much for my body to handle. And I found myself more in pain. And then mentally, it was really bothering me. Michelle really stepped in to really help me through that because I felt, I could say it was an abusive situation. And Michelle really talked with me and helped me through that process.
Barbara, if you don't mind, let's get a little up close and personal. Michelle, Barbara says that you helped her. So she got hired at a job, was not able to work at that job. How did you assist her?
Well, many people, when they go back to work and for if they find a job, sometimes the first job is not the perfect job for them. So we talk about that. We talk about what makes her happy. and she really loved to do things with her hands.
Mm-hmm.
She really loved to create. So I told her that if she loves that, then to go that way.
Mm-hmm.
And then she started to create more things to sell. And then she have her business, her own business. And it was hard for her. I know it was really hard. We talk a lot about how hard it was to becoming self-employed and left that job behind because she really wanted to, to be independent from Social Security by working for an employer,
Mm-hmm.
but that didn't work for her. So be a self-employed, she really loved it.
Mm-hmm.
And I just talked to her about what she loved, and she really loved that. So
I think one of the things we need to let our viewers know that Ticket to Work or Grow is really an opportunity for consumers, for persons to see what they can and cannot
yes,
do. Barbara explained, I explained that I was out of work for 5 years. Barbara said 8 to 10 years. So the Ticket to Work / Grow allows participants to see what they can and cannot do. Don't you think so, Michelle?
yes. And for the SSDI recipients, they have 9 months, which we call it the trial work period. So during those 9 months, it's just a trial period to see if you can do the job, to see if your body or your mind can do the job. Being out of work for so many years is hard to get back to it. So the 9 months just give you the opportunity to play with it, like to see if you can do the job without affecting your benefits. So, and that's with the SSDI benefit. SSI is a little bit different. With SSI, any income will affect your benefit. But if you work with SSI, Social Security will reduce your check instead of eliminate it. So, but if you work full time and you're earning a lot of money, then you're probably gonna have your SSI check taken away. But you have a year to get back to Social Security and tell them that you will stop working because of your disability, and you can get your SSI check back. So it just when a person get back to work, it just to try if they can do the job.
Okay, just to actually see.
Yes.
Listen, I know that someone in our viewing audience is thinking that's a lot of information, and we only have less than 30 minutes. So if our viewers are watching and you're interested in Ticket to Work and you might be interested in Grow, don't feel overwhelmed. Call us and we'll actually be able to explain to you in detail based on individual situations
Yes.
on how Ticket to Work and how Grow works. Listen, I think we need to take a little station break. We're going to have an advertisement and then we'll come back.
2020 marks the 30th anniversary of the Americans with Disabilities Act. Let's honor this by making our voices heard. Our vote, our voice. November 3rd is just around the corner. Vote.
Hello, ladies, we're back and we can continue our programming on employment services. My question is going to be to Barbara. When you actually started the process of going to work, I think you mentioned that you got help with a resume.
Yes. Yes.
Were there other things that Michelle was able to help you with?
Oh, it's a lot. She went over with me how to interview. I've been on a job for close to 20, 25 years, and I haven't interviewed in, years. So she instructed me, and we did a practice run on how to interview, what questions the interview would ask, to really make me more comfortable, because I was really totally lost with that and nervous. And she just let me know to be honest with the employer, and she went over my skills and the things that I was able to do and experience.
Wonderful, wonderful. Michelle, what other type of things does Abilities in Motion offer consumers or persons who are looking to go back to work? Barbara talked about resumes. She talked about interviewing skills. Are there other things we can assist with concerning Ticket to Work and Grow?
Yeah, we also offer job search, and we help that person to find like a career path. Sometimes they don't know what to do because they've been out of work for so long. So we talk to them and see if they can, to find out like what kind of job they can do now that they want to get back to work. So we do job search. We talk about careers, what kind of careers they can do. We also have I created an online training for them to take, and it's really easy. That training is based on resume, interview skills, and how to apply for jobs online. Like now, everything is online, is on the computer, so it's hard for people to upload the resume to the application, or just get to that job application online. Mm-hmm. So we help them with that.
That was one of the hardest things for me. I'm not going to date myself, but I remember putting my resume in a folder and going to jobs and doing interviews. Now everything is online. Yeah. And Barbara and I are panicking. We are panicking, but things are changing and we can assist with that. There are probably viewers out there who need help understanding the Americans with Disabilities Act. How am I protected? We can help with that. We can assist with persons looking into employment accommodations. There are some situations where you might go into a job and you might need accommodations. We can help with that. What about networking skills, Michelle? How does that work?
Well, networking skills, they're really, really important and can make your job search easier if you make connection with, like, let's say, friends, family. If you go to the store and you talk to the boss there, that's a networking connection. So that make your job search easier because you can start sharing the word about looking for a job. So people can kind of look for a job for you. Start looking for a job for you. So.
Well, we tried to sum up things as best we could in the time frame that we had, but we want our viewers to know if you have questions concerning employment services, we can assist you. We also offer supported employment. Supported employment refers to services, provisions within people with disabilities, including intellectual disabilities, mental health, and traumatic brain injuries, among others, are assisted with obtaining and maintaining employment. The above is the official definition of supported employment, but it is more. Like Ticket to Work, we assess people with disabilities in the process of finding competitive, integrated employment. The difference is with Ticket to Work, they get an assigned ticket, and our referrals for supported employment come from OVR. Once we get referrals, it could be for a variety of things like community-based work assessment or job development, or they can already be employed and need intermittent services to help them with work-related concerns to help them keep their employment. We help with job searching, interviews, job coaching, and so much more. This has been a wonderful show. We're going to let our guest, Barbara, give final words, and we want to thank her for being a part of our program today. Go ahead, Barbara.
Okay, I just want to thank Teresa and Michelle and Ability Emotions for this opportunity, because this is a good agency. I'm glad that I was assigned to Michelle. She is an excellent representative of the agency. She's very patient. She, in a way, challenged, and you also challenged me to do more in my business. And I just know that, I know businesses start off slow and it takes time to grow. But I believe, I have enough confidence to know that my business will grow and that I will soon one day be off of the disability benefit.
Wonderful. Well, Barbara, it was a pleasure having you on our show today. We at Abilities in Motion are cheering you on. We wish you the best. And I look forward to perhaps seeing some of those crafts and maybe ordering or buying one. I appreciate it. Listen to our viewers today. Be safe, be kind, be gentle, and be helpful to one another. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you. Bye-bye.